Definite and indefinite articles.
Articles are used with nouns. There are various types of nouns. Proper nouns name particular people, places, and things. They are always capitalized. People, Bob. Place, Jeddah. Thing, the Titanic. Common nouns name people, places, things, and ideas that are not particular. They are not capitalized unless they begin a sentence. For example, people, boy. Place, store. Thing, apple. Idea, opinion. There are two types of common nouns, count nouns and non-count nouns. Count nouns are nouns that can be counted. They generally have a singular and a plural form. Person, boy, boys. Place, store, stores. Thing, apple, apples. Idea, opinion, opinions. Non-count nouns are nouns that usually are not counted. They can't be plural and always take a singular verb. They belong to certain categories such as food, for example, bread, chicken, and rice. Liquids, like juice, water, and tea. Solids, such as gold and paper. Gases, for example, smoke, air, and steam. Abstract ideas, like advice, energy, and time. Collections of groups or items, such as equipment, money, and furniture. Natural phenomena, for example, snow, heat, weather, and electricity, as well as activities, like cooking, driving, and soccer. Different types of nouns can use different articles. Articles are the words a, an, and the that come before some nouns. Most proper nouns do not use an article. Look at the example, I live in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is a proper noun. It is capitalized. It is not used with an article. There are exceptions. For example, I live in the United Arab Emirates. Unlike proper nouns, common nouns frequently do use an article. Articles can be either indefinite, a or an, or definite, the. Singular count nouns can take an indefinite or definite article. For example, a boy, an opinion, the boy. Plural and non-count nouns take the definite article, for example, the boys, the advice, but they do not take the indefinite article. We use the zero symbol to show that we do not need an article. This symbol is sometimes called the zero article. Plural and non-count nouns can be used with the words some or any instead of an article. Some boys, any advice. Once again, we use indefinite articles with singular count nouns only. An article is not used with a plural count noun or a non-count noun. Use the form a or a before consonant sounds. A boy, a store, a uniform. Use the form an before vowel sounds. An opinion, an apple, an umbrella. Use an indefinite article with nonspecific singular count noun when the noun doesn't refer to something specific.
A man is walking around outside.
We don't know who the man is. The noun is first mentioned.
He found a new product that he likes.
This is the first time I am telling you about the product. The noun is unknown to the reader.
I moved to a new house.
The writer knows which house, but the reader doesn't. Use the zero article with nonspecific plural nouns.
They used bright colors to attract attention.
And with nonspecific non-count nouns.
I need advice about how to describe this.
Now it's your turn to practice using indefinite articles. Put the correct form of the indefinite article, a or an, in the blanks. If an indefinite article cannot be used, use the zero article. Number 1.
The ad showed a bright red sports car.
Car is a singular count noun that is unspecified, so we use a. Number 2.
I need to write descriptions of the products.
Descriptions is a plural count noun. Remember, we don't use the indefinite article with plural count nouns. Number 3.
We came to an understanding on how to sell it.
Did you use the indefinite article? Did you remember to use an because the noun begins with a vowel? Number 4.
They provided information about the product.
Did you omit the indefinite article? That's correct. Indefinite articles aren't used with non-count nouns. Number 5.
That ad has beautiful furniture in it.
Like information in the previous example, furniture is a non-count noun. It doesn't take an article. Number 6.
Is the person in the ad wearing a uniform?
The singular count noun uniform may look like it starts with a vowel sound, but it doesn't. So we use the indefinite article a, not an here. The definite article can be used with all common nouns, whether they are count nouns or non-count nouns, singular or plural. We can use the definite article with both singular and plural count nouns. For example,
I found the description of the products helpful.
Use definite articles with non-count nouns.
The advice I got was to keep it simple.
There is only one form of the definite article, the. Use the definite article with specific nouns when the noun has already been mentioned or introduced.
I bought a new product. I like the product.
In the second sentence, I know which product it is. It is the new product just mentioned. The noun is related directly to something already mentioned or introduced.
I bought a product. The package was a bright color, which caught my eye.
The package is part of the product. The noun is unique.
The moon rose high in the dark sky.
We have one moon and one sky. The noun is part of everyday life or the immediate situation.
The salt and pepper are on the table.
Salt and pepper are part of everyday life, and the table is visible to the listener or reader. The noun is identified with modifiers.
The bright colors that they chose were effective.
That they chose modifies colors and makes them specific. Now it's your turn. Think about what makes a noun specific. Choose the reason the definite article is used with the noun in each sentence. Number 1.
After days of rain, I was happy that the sun was shining.
Did you answer unique? That's correct. There is only one sun. Number 2.
The cream and sugar are on that counter over there.
Did you notice that the writer said, on that counter? That makes cream and sugar part of the immediate situation. Number 3.
The newspaper didn't come today.
The newspaper is part of everyday life for many people. Number 4.
The man whom I saw was looking at the store window.
Can you answer the question, which man? Yes. A modifier, in this case an adjective clause, identifies the man. Number 5.
I saw an ad for Ali's restaurant. I thought the ad was very attractive.
The is used before ad in the second sentence because ad was already mentioned in the first sentence. Did you notice the use of the indefinite article an in the first sentence where the noun is first mentioned? Number 6.
The food in the Ali's restaurant ad looked delicious.
The food, which is part of the restaurant, is also specific. Number 7.
The designer whose logo they chose was very happy.
Did you answer that the designer is specific because he is identified with a modifier, a relative clause with whose? Number 8.
Can you please return this to the library?
Because the library is part of the writer's everyday life, it is a specific noun and the definite article is used. Now it's your turn to practice using articles. Choose the appropriate article for each noun: a, an, the, or no article at all. Here's a hint. Decide first whether the noun is specific or nonspecific. If it is specific, use the definite article, the. If it is nonspecific, decide whether to use a, an, or no article. Okay? Here we go. Number 1.
Do you need new sports shoes?
Did you say 0 or no article? That's correct. This is the first time the word shoes is mentioned, so the shoes are nonspecific. Since they're nonspecific, we have to look at the form. Shoes is a plural noun, so we don't use an article. Number 2.
If so, I know of a great brand for you to try.
Okay, let's see. The writer knows the brand, but the reader doesn't. So brand is nonspecific. It's also a singular count noun, and the word just after the article great starts with a consonant sound. We need a great brand. Here's number 3.
The shoes that I am talking about are attractive but not too expensive.
Do you see those words that I am talking about? They make shoes specific because they let the reader know which shoes the writer is referring to. If the noun is specific, our only choice is the. Number 4.
The price is very reasonable.
Which price? The price of the shoes. How did you know that? Well, the price is related to the shoes because we've been reading about shoes. Since the price is related to the shoes, it is a specific price and we use the. Okay? Number 5.
The shoes are comfortable but sturdy.
Which shoes? Yes, they are still the ones we've been reading about, so they are definite. Because they have been mentioned before now, we use the. Number 6.
They seem to give you an extra advantage.
We haven't seen advantage before, and as the reader, I am not sure what advantage the writer is referring to. Therefore, the noun is nonspecific. It is a singular count noun, so I have to use a or an. The word right after the article, extra, starts with a vowel sound, so we should use an. Let's do number 7.
They feel light, like you are running on the moon.
On the moon. Why? Because we only have one moon going around the earth, so it is unique. Number 8.
They are just right for when you want speed.
If you said 0 or no article, you are right. Here, speed is unspecified. What speed? Speed in general, not specific speed. Because it is a non-count noun, we don't use an article. Number 9.
The advice I have for you is simple.
What advice? Oh, yes, the advice I have for you. Because we know which advice, since I have for you modifies advice, we have to use the definite article, the advice. And finally, number 10.
Go to the store and try them on for yourself.
The right answer is the. Really? Yes. At first, it seems that the answer is because we haven't mentioned a store before. However, if we use the reader thinks that it can be any store. But it can't be a food store because food stores usually don't sell shoes. What kind of store does it have to be? It has to be a store that sells shoes. Because the writer and the reader both know that to try on shoes, most people have to go to a specific kind of store, we have an everyday situation. Therefore, the noun is specific, and the definite article, the, must be used. Here are the main points to remember about articles. Articles can be used with common nouns for people, places, things, and ideas. Indefinite articles a and an can be used with unspecified singular count nouns only. The 0 article can be used with unspecified plural and non-count nouns. A noun is unspecified when it doesn't refer to a specific thing, it hasn't been mentioned before, or it is unknown to the reader. The definite article, the, can be used with specific common nouns, singular and plural, count nouns and non-count nouns. A noun is specific when it has already been mentioned, is part of or related to something that has already been mentioned, is unique, is part of everyday life or the immediate situation, or is identified with modifiers.